Hello everyone, welcome to another Shelf Space Off the Shelf. I'm your host, Ron13, and today, as you probably noticed on the title, it's not the happiest episode in the world, but I'm throwing in something that should make this a little bit more enjoyable for people. But as many of you probably know, if you watch Shoki Reviews videos, my wife and son were in a car accident the other day. They're fine, at least fine-ish. My son is totally okay. He bumped his head a little bit, but the EMTs checked him out and he's fine. My wife banged up her knee, and normally this wouldn't be super bad, but she had already injured that knee in a car accident that we were in ages ago. So it's very hard for her to get around. She's using crutches. And she's just in pain, and I feel kind of bad because there's just not a lot I can do to help her. But the full story of it is, we were planning a vacation to San Antonio. For those of you who don't live in Texas, San Antonio is one of the major cities in Texas, and it's home to places like Fiesta, Texas, SeaWorld, and stuff like that. We were going to go to SeaWorld. Specifically SeaWorld and Aquatica, I think it's called, which is their water park there. There was also some sort of new mini Legoland thing that had opened up in the Riverwalk Mall area, and we were going to check that out too because my son absolutely loves Legos. So, in order to accommodate for this, we had decided that my wife would drop me off at work. That way they could come by, pick me up, and then we would just head straight to San Antonio for my work, because actually I'm right off of the major highway that we need to get onto, and it would shave off some time for me going back home and then effectively backtracking, going past where I work, just to go to our final destination. So I go throughout my day, no car for me, because like I said, my wife dropped me off. And a few hours after my lunchtime, I get a message from Rodimus's telling me that she'd been in a car accident. And I tried to call her back immediately, but she was very upset and was trying to get in touch with the insurance people to get that taken care of. Because when she goes into kind of crisis mode, she starts hyper-focusing on what needs to be done. So I'm kind of left sitting here not knowing what to do, not having much of anything I can do. I tell some of the people around my work what's going on. I eventually get messages from my in-laws who live real close to us, actually. They're just a few blocks away. And they are already, by that point, already on the scene. They're telling me what's going on. And apparently what must have happened was my wife was driving along not too long after. I think she got brand new tires for the car. So she's driving along, and then this guy zips out from a connecting road. She's driving along. My wife is on this like 4-lane road that has like a little median in the middle. And so he zips out. She sees him, starts to try to brake, slow down, but he connects with her with like the driver side front end. My wife would have tried to veer off into the other lane, but there was another car there, so she had nowhere to go. And she thinks maybe she tapped the other car, but that person actually was really cool. Because what happened was, my wife is hurt, scared, worrying about my son who's sitting in the back seat. And this guy comes out, sees that my wife is basically kind of in hysteric crying, goes ahead and starts calling 911 and everything. And this is the guy that was in the other car, not the jackrabbit that hit her in the front. And while this is going on, the other guy apparently is about ready to just book it. and like he had stepped out to make a customary check or something like that, and then was going to just zip on away. And this other guy basically looks at it and is like, no, you sit down in the grass right over there, you wait for the police to show up. This guy was awesome. I of course don't see any of this because I'm at work. Eventually my in-laws come pick me up. Though if I wanted to, I had no less than 2 offers to be driven to wherever I need to go by people that I work with. So yay on them. I have some awesome people that I work with. Anyway, while I'm going up there, EMTs check my wife out, check my son out. My wife goes to an emergency clinic that was right next to where we live, actually. And it looks like everything's fine. They don't see any signs of breakage. They do think that her knee has early signs of basically arthritis or something like that, which isn't surprising because, like I said, she had injured that knee ages before. So this is just sort of aggravating the situation. But right now she's having to walk around on crutches because she can't put hardly any weight on that knee. And she's having to take some pain medication because she's in a lot of pain. And she's also got bruises all over from the seatbelts and stuff. But, I mean, all things considered, everything is okay-ish. The car's been towed to a service place to be looked at and then hopefully repaired. I really hope they don't total it because my wife had just finished telling me how much she really loved that car. Though, interestingly enough, the place that it was taken to, they had to take it to another place, otherwise they weren't going to be able to get to it for like a week or 2. There was some bad storms over here recently, and a lot of people had hail damage on their car, and so they had all these people ahead of us. So we're just trying to do all this. And of course, because of all this, our trip to San Antonio was canceled. I think that was the part that my son took the hardest, but he's actually been remarkably good about all of this. He got upset about the trip being canceled, but when he was there in the car, his main concern actually was trying to do something to keep my wife calm. In fact, when I got back home after everything was said and done, one of the things that Pikamis had told me was that he felt bad that he couldn't do enough to make my wife feel better. And we, of course, was like, oh no, that's not your responsibility. You did fine. You are wonderful. And that just shows how awesome of a kid I have. But yeah, so we're okay, shaken up, a little down about stuff, but life goes on. We're going to go on. And speaking of going on, let's go on and move to the next segment. Enough heavy stuff, enough depressing things. The other part of this title is there is a mail call. I had ordered some stuff not too long after Father's Day. And I'm excited that they finally arrived. So let's take a look real quick. We'll just do this from here because it's easy enough to set up. So this comes from USA Gundam Store. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag please sponsor me. Okay, so we got... Oh, crap. Oh, you guys can already see it from there. Let's see. I got a whole bunch of these SD kits. So, these are from that Sengoku-ken line. SD Gundam World Sengoku Zoketsuden. These look amazing. And I actually really like SD Gundam kits. I think I've mentioned that before. So the ones that I got are, this is Dongzhao Providence Gundam, who like turns into a lava T-Rex. Gan Yu Yun Chang New Gundam. Cow Cow, or is it Chow Chow? I don't know. Wing Gundam. This one looks really cool. I like the way the wings look on this. Zhang Fei God Gundam. This guy looks just absolutely amazing with the little fire things. And the Sun Jian Gundam Astray. So I think I may actually end up trying to collect almost this entire set. Right now, I want to get the, I think it's Liu Bei Unicorn Gundam. That was sold out at on USA Gundam Store. I may go ahead and pick that up sometime in the near future, though, because, like I said, I kind of want all of these. I also have on pre-order, I can't remember what they're called, but it's the 00 Gundam with his bike, and I think it's a it's either Sinanju or a Sazabi that also has a bike. And I had pre-ordered those, and I thought they were like the first ones from this series. And then I started seeing all these other ones come out, and apparently, no, it was supposed to be out last month. Now it's been moved to this month, and I'm just having to wait. Oh, cool. Also comes with a neat little sticker of their little cute mascot character. I'm going to put that up on the side of the comic book box thing where I'm putting a lot of my other stickers. So yeah, that's been an interesting off the shelf. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube things. And just keep me and my family in your thoughts and prayers, all that stuff. We're gonna be fine. Don't worry about that part. We're gonna be fine. But yeah, so thank you again, and I'll see you the next time you invade my shelf space.